All right, I have been searching for a scale for my bathroom. I have gone to Target, Walmart, I've gone to even Publix because they have them there in a certain aisle. And something that I've noticed in these places is that scales are expensive, especially higher quality scales. When you get into scales that have like a glass surface and whatnot, they really start to raise up in price. I've seen scales go up into the 80s, and it's really unreasonable. So I backed up to Amazon, and luckily a company that I am very familiar with, and hopefully you've seen my previous videos because you will be familiar with this company as well. They're the same company that gave us this $30 activity tracker. They make a $30 smart scale. So, does this $30 smart scale outweigh the competition? Let's find out. And we're back. All right, so let's just get right into it. I need this smart scale. I want to start losing weight, but to do that, I have to actually keep track of my weight. And I love tech. You probably love tech too. And so I got this smart scale to see what it's like. It uses WYZE, so WYZE rather. It uses WYZE's app in order to track information. And according to their website, it also can integrate with body information that comes from Apple Health and Google Fit. So hopefully that will be kind of cool. Now I got my trusty little unboxing knife here. Let's open up this bad boy. And put that away. Looks like it's a little flap here, and then you open. All right, got a pretty big box. Just a piece of cardboard, put that there. There's a quick start guide, which we will look at in a second. And then we've got the scale, front and center. What else is in here? Okay, this is cute. Let's get this out of the way. Right here in the center of the box, right under where the scale was. I don't know how well you can see that, but there's a tiny little box here and it just says batteries. So I guess those are the batteries for the scale. Let me pull this out. And this entire piece comes out, but there's nothing under it, so we will leave it there and we can just close this back up. I have no idea where I'm going to put this box, by the way. As you've noticed, I've been keeping all of the boxes for the stuff that I've been reviewing and doing unboxings for on top of this desk, but I don't think this one's gonna fit here, so we're gonna have to find a space for it, but we'll get to that later. Now, what kind of batteries? I'm curious about what kind of batteries this, oh, this is an interesting package. What kind of batteries this scale uses. So we've got some AAA batteries. Alkaline brand is Kendall. Never heard of that brand before. I'm going to assume this is just some kind of cheap brand, but honestly, I don't expect this scale to need me to change the batteries very often. And in the future, I mean, I can just buy some Loops, and that'll be fine. Wow. All right, so here's our scale. Throw the trash over there. And we've got, let's see, it says install 4 included AAA batteries. Please note the positive and negative signs. Download the WYZE app. Follow the instructions on the WYZE app to add the scale. And after the connection is established, place the scale on a hard, flat surface and step onto the scale with bare feet to begin the measurement. All right, that's pretty simple. Let's go into the design of this scale. So I don't know if you can see that, how well you can see this, but the feet on the scale seem to be sitting on some sort of like pivoting joint, which is pretty cool. So even if you don't have a fully flat floor for them to sit on, the feet should be able to sort of pivot as necessary in order to create a more flat surface for you to stand on. That's pretty cool. So on the back, other than the feet, we just have this battery compartment. I don't know how to, there we go. And we've got our 4 spots for AAA batteries. I'm gonna go ahead and just put those in. Let's see, 1, and we've got, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we'll just put this back in, and voila, it was pretty fast. We can go ahead and take this off. All right. All right, and there's our scale. Sweet. And let's see. Now, as far as the design goes, honestly, it's pretty. I like it. It's a very deep blue, which I really enjoy the color blue, so it's nice to see. The surface seems to be, it seems to be a pretty thick cut of glass on the surface here. I'd say like 1/4 of an inch maybe of glass. And then there is a metal, sort of a metal badge here with the WYZE logo on it. And it looks like there's very clearly going to be a display up on top. If I hold it up like this, you can probably see right here is where the display is going to be. If I hold it like that, there you go. So all that is in. Let's get a phone. So I already have the app downloaded. I downloaded the app for the WYZE band, so I don't need to re-download it, but it is available. The app is available on the Google Play Store and on the Apple App Store. So let me go to the app, and I'm just going to do add and then add device. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't. And then I'm just going to grab the WYZE scale, and there is some information here that it asks you to put in, and I have done that already. So wow, that was fast. It very close to instantly recognized the scale, added it already, and now it's just asking me to step on the scale with my bare feet. Okay, let's do it. Let's grab this scale. Let's put it on the floor right here. Ooh. Oh. Actually, let's move back a bit. There we go. All right, and then I'm just gonna step on the scale. I happen to already be barefoot, so not a problem here. Oh boy, I weigh so much more than I thought I did. Okay, and it's doing some things, and it seems to be done. Looks like there is a new firmware version for the scale. Okay, so I needed to step on the scale to do like an initial setup and maybe turn the scale on, I don't know. But now it's giving me a notification about a firmware setup. I'm gonna go ahead and step off the scale. I don't think I need to be on it anymore. And if you could see here, let's sit back down for a sec. It is, you could see on the little display on the top of the scale right there, that it is giving a little animation to show that it is updating the firmware. So we will let that finish updating the firmware, and once it is done, I will get back to you. All right, and we're back. Now, the scale took about 1.5 minutes to finish the firmware update. It was actually pretty quick, and once the firmware was finished updating, it immediately took me into this screen on the WYZE app that has my my last weight recorded, my BMI. It also, interestingly, has a couple other stats on here. So it has a body fat percentage, which I'm not really sure how it calculated my body fat using this. I don't know how accurate that is going to be. It also has a muscle mass percentage, muscle mass rather in pounds. It has a body water percentage, lean body mass, bone mass, protein percentage, visceral fat, BMR, and metabolic age, which is a lot of information. I don't know how it got some of that information, like body water and body fat, through the scale itself. I'll have to really look into how it's doing that. But it does also have a trend graph, and it also has a heart rate measurement here. And it looks like you can measure your heart rate through the scale. Let's see if that's true. So if I go to put the scale down and then I step on it, it's also on the app now, it just says please do not move. And it seems to be working. There's a status right here. I don't know if you could see that. And it says my heart rate is 112 beats per minute, which is pretty high, but sounds correct. I have a abnormally high heart rate for very close to no reason, just that I am very out of shape. So that's pretty cool. I didn't realize it could measure your heart rate. So if it can measure your heart rate, I assume there's more than just weight sensors in here. There must be some other types of sensors going on in here that I don't know about. I'm actually really interested in looking into what these are doing. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to actually use this thing for a week, and then on my next video I will do a full review of how it actually works, how useful it is, and also how the app works, and whether or not I think that the whole thing is either a very good product or a gimmick. But to be honest, even without any of this information, even without the app, even without all of the smart features, just on the design, and how much I know a scale costs at a retail store, for example, for what I frankly believe is an inferior design, this is a good value for the money. I can just tell you that right out front. At $30, it's actually $29, it's $28.95, I believe, so it's actually $1 cheaper than the activity tracker, which is $29.95. So for the money, for $29, you get a very good looking glass-topped scale, which can send the results to your phone, or you can just look at them on here. Even without any of the other features, I can already tell you that's a good price. You'll probably find other scales on Amazon that have glass tops that are cheaper, but I can tell you right now, if you go to a retail store, it's gonna be difficult to find a nice quality scale for less than $30 or $40. So frankly, I think this is pretty good. The only downside I see is the fact that this only comes in this like midnight blue color. You can't, at least from what I've seen on Amazon, you can't get it in any other color. And that for some people might turn them away from this product because not everybody likes the color blue, but I honestly think it's great. I love it, and I will definitely be using this probably every day, especially this week. So I'll try this out, and I will give you a full review next week. But until then, have a wonderful day. Bye.